So today, Saints Row 4, it's not out. It's still not out till next Tuesday on the 20th at the date of this. It's, what is it today? The 14th, I think. So it's still a few days away. But reviews have started coming out of it because they were giving the press copies far in advance, which is surprising. But a lot of the reviews that have been coming out have been not necessarily as negative as they could be, but there's been a lot of people who have definitely been putting the scores down simply because of two major things, and that's because of any technical bugs, which again, I've already gone through this. I don't think that bugs should really impede on a game's score unless it is a game crashing bug. If it's something very, very little, like the odd frame rate drop, like fuck off. It's just chill the hell out. I mean, yeah, does it take away from the experience a little bit? Yes, but is it really going to impede in terms of your gameplay value when you still get to play 99% of the game untouched without any real problems? No, it's not. But the big one that was really bugging me, and I'm going to try to keep this short, but I have a feeling I might bullshit my way through this for another couple minutes because you know me. People were giving a lot of they were giving it a lot of bad comments in terms because the game itself feels overpowered. Now, what they mean by that is that you are a superhero and pretty much you can really do whatever you want without the need to really try and or use a lot of what the game gives you. Now, I understand a few things. Like Total Biscuit did a really good review on his WTF is, where he basically pointed out that a lot of what the game used to offer is now almost obsolete if you choose it to be, because there's no point in driving around in cars because you can just use your superpowers and run faster, or your gang followers can't really follow you as easily because they're not superpower. They don't have superpowers like you do, and I understand that. But again, the game is what exactly you make of it, and I think when you put everything down and put all the cards on the table, you have to understand that this game is not meant to be taken as the point of seriousness. It's not meant to be game of the year quality. What they wanted to do is just make the most absurd, ludicrous, and fun game out there at any cost. No, and as I've said, no idea was too stupid to put in. And that means that there's probably going to be the odd idea that might break something else. Now, unfortunately, superpowers seem to do that. However, as far as I'm concerned, now I haven't played the game yet. I should also point that out. I don't have the game because I'm not major press. I don't get stuff early. I don't like this. I like getting things early. Why can't people do this from okay? But I've played enough of Saints Row to understand that the game itself is not trying to take itself seriously, nor does it want to. So why is it that people are making such a big fuss about it? Because it is going over the line and making the game completely overpowered, or at least that's what they think. Overpowered is what they claim it to be. I think that's not an issue because all I expect from a Saints Row game is some really cheesy, over-the-top humor and a fuckload of fun. And apparently, from what I'm hearing from people that I do trust, it's a lot of fun. Total Biscuit even said so himself after all the ripping he did of the game in terms of all the stuff that he didn't like, that was killing the game. He said it's still balls on fun, and I would still play this game in a heartbeat. Jim Sterling from the Jimquisition or Destructoid, depending on where you get this, either from Destructoid or The Escapist, he said the same thing. This game has not made him laugh or have as much fun as a lot of games have in a long time, especially in terms of sandbox games, because GTA is like soap opera level now compared to Saints Row. That's what it is now. So I don't understand why. I mean, the one that really got my attention was IGN giving it a 7.3. Now, again, I'm not going to argue anything because I haven't played the game, but what I am simply going to say is, are you guys really rating the game based on what the game is giving you, or are you just going back to what everything else is in terms of that genre, in terms of the rest of the series? Are you going back to the original Saints Row and saying, well, it's not doing what the old one did, it's trying to go beyond that, and it's getting to the point where it's now overpowering all the stuff that the previous games have done? To me, that means jack shit. The game itself is not meant to be like the other ones. Clearly, the game was built to be this completely over the top and beyond anything we've ever seen before kind of sandbox experience where you are a goddamn superhero that is also the president of the United fucking States of America. And when I see a score that low, and the two major reasons were tech bugs and overpowered, I kind of raise an eyebrow to that, thinking, What about the fact that the game is apparently to everybody else so much fun it hurts? Now, to me, if I hear words like that, that's an 8 and up. Now, again, I don't like scores either. Whenever I do reviews, I don't like to give it scores because I don't think that a score really justifies what a game can offer you. As far as I see it, there's two things, or there's two ways of looking at it. It's either a buy it, wow, that looks stupid from that angle, a buy it, don't buy it, or this game can be really fun for somebody of a certain type, or this game can be fun for people who only enjoy this certain bit, but if you don't, it's not going to be very much fun to you. And I've said that with a few games, like Persona 4 Arena. I said itself, like, the game is great for people who know the series and understand it and love 2D fighting games, but if you're like a newbie to fighters, or you're used to, any other game like Street Fighter and Soul Calibur, you're going to be confused by this because the story was really demanding. But in terms of a game like Saints Row, when I pick that game up and I'm going to look at it, and I probably will do a review of it, I'm going to look at two things. One, is the game entertaining? And two, am I still having fun after a few hours of playing this game, or is it wearing off? That's it. And if it does two of those things, fine. If it does those two things perfectly, well, then I'm going to suggest everybody buy it. And if it doesn't do two of those things, if it does one of them, I say, well, take a look at it, or, wait till the price goes down a bit. And if it does none of those two things, which I don't believe is going to happen, then I'm going to say, no, don't pick it up. I don't want to, I can easily ignore reviews. Like, I'm ignoring stuff like IGN's review because it doesn't do anything for me when somebody says, "Oh, this game needs to go down a couple points because it's overpowered or there's so many bugs." But seriously, guys, like, I know you're trying to be professional and all, but we play games to have fun. Unless the game is fundamentally broken and any tech issues can actually kill the game, then I don't care about the bugs, and I don't think most people do. I don't think you see a lot of people that look at a game and saying, "Oh, there's a few frame rate issues," or "Oh, the AI kind of gets stuck once in a while." No, is the game fun? Okay, sure, I'll take a look at it. That's how I look at it, and I'm sure it's how a lot of people look at it. So it drives me nuts when I see bugs and stuff being like what takes down game scores a couple notches. But either way, I don't let that hurt me, and I won't really let that affect my idea for whether I'm purchasing it or not, because I'm going to, whether people said it was shit or not. So anyway, as I said, I did end up bullshitting it, but either way, that's my opinion on everything, and thanks very much for watching, guys. Subscribe if you like this. Take a look at my other stuff in terms of gameplay footage as well, and I'll